Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Mrs. Acosta, and I'm here today to work on an art piece with you called Ish. We are going to do some Ish art. This kind of art is very free-flowing and very perfectly imperfect, and we'll get to talking about that in a little bit. This lesson in itself will take about 20 minutes, but you are more than welcome to stop and start it anytime you want to, and even take longer than necessary. So I'm going to read this story to you, and I want you to pay close attention to all the cool penciling or marking. It's one brush stroke that Ramon, the character in this story, uses. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And we're going to start reading the story, but I'm going to apologize in advance because I'm having a lot of trouble trying to flip the pages and show the entire screen. So part of it might get cut out or skipped, but I'm going to keep reading on so you don't miss anything, okay? Here we go. Ish by Peter Reynolds. You notice, boys and girls, how the strokes flow up and down and around and curly-Q and back again. And this is what I want you to pay close attention to because you are going to use the skill in a little bit. Ramon loved to draw. Anytime, anything, anywhere. Does that remind you of someone, boys and girls? Maybe it's yourself. Maybe it's your parents, your brother or sister, or your friends in your classroom. One day, Ramon was drawing a vase of flowers. His brother, Leon, leaned over his shoulder. Leon burst out laughing. "What's that?" he asked. Ramon could not even answer. He just crumpled up the drawing and threw it across the room. Leon's laughter haunted Ramon. He kept trying to make his drawings look right, but they never did. After many months and many crumpled sheets of paper, Ramon put his pencil down. "I'm done." Marisol, his sister, was watching him. "What do you want?" he snapped. "I was watching you draw," she said. Ramon sneered. "I'm not drawing. Go away." Marisol ran away, but not before picking up a crumpled sheet of paper. "Hey, come back here with that." Ramon raced after Marisol up the hall and into her room. He was about to yell, but fell silent when he saw his sister's walls. He stared at the crumpled gallery. "This is one of my favorites," Marisol said, pointing. "That was supposed to be a vase of flowers," Ramon said, "but it doesn't look like one." "Well, it looks vase-ish," she exclaimed. Boys and girls, think in your head about your own drawings or the ones that you've seen. Does it have to look perfectly perfect? Or can it look perfectly imperfect, like Ramon's? Vase-ish? Ramon looked closer. Then he studied all the drawings on Marisol's walls and began to see them in a whole new way. "They look ish," he said. Ish meaning somewhat, close to, but not exactly the way it looks through your own eyes. Ramon felt light and energized. Thinking ishly allowed his ideas to flow freely. He began to draw what he felt, loose lines quickly springing out without worry. Ramon once again drew and drew the world around him. Making an ish drawing felt wonderful. He filled his journals. Tree-ish, house-ish, boat-ish, afternoonish, fishish, sunnish. Ramon realized he could draw ish feelings too. Peace-ish, silly-ish, excited-ish. His ish art inspired ish writing. He wasn't sure if he was writing poems, but he knew there were poem-ish. Ponder. Pond, ponder, dream yonder, pond, pond, yawn, yawn, gleam, wander, Ramon. One spring morning, Ramon had a wonderful feeling. It was a feeling that even ish words and ish rhymes could not capture. He decided not to capture it. Instead, he simply savored it. And Ramon lived ishfully ever after. So now, boys and girls, now that we've read the story, we're going to pause for a second so you can go and grab some paper and the materials that you need. So take a look at this list here, boys and girls. If you have a black marker, that would be great. If you have colored markers of any sort, black would be preferable. And if you don't have these things, a pencil will work. Maybe 10 or more sheets of white paper. Photos of your favorite animals. So the photos that you have, you can find on the internet if you have an iPad or a Chromebook or a telephone of some sort. You can get these just by typing in a different animal of your choosing. The animals that you want to view, though, you'll want like a singular animal in the frame, nothing with flocks or herds of any sort, just a single solitary animal. And then for later at the end of your drawings, you'll want colors or oil pastels or chalk or colored markers, anything you choose. And then lastly, you'll need a timer. So if you can borrow somebody's cell phone or iPad, that's a secondary use, or your own, to time 1 minute drawings. All right, here we go. So I'm going to play this and I want you to listen to what happens. This is just a practice drawing. So you're going to need your piece of paper and just your marker for this one. Here we go. So before we get to do any animal-ish art, we're going to design some feeling drawings. These are just mood lines that flow from one mood to another. And here are the rules to this practice design. First of all, you have to have fun. Second of all, please do not ever feel that you have to be perfect. Your drawing should never have to be perfect for this. This ish art is to be perfectly imperfect. And lastly, now this is where you're going to get upset with me. You are not allowed. Are you ready? You are not allowed to take your marker off the paper until we say stop. So here we go. So for example, if I say the word angry, here I go. Think of the word angry. What will your drawing be like? Maybe angry looks like this. Or let's talk about the word happy. Maybe your lines look more like this. And maybe I say the word sleepy and your art looks like this. Or maybe I say the word hungry. It's like, ooh, hungry. Ah. Or maybe the word is silly. And maybe I say jumpy. So, boys and girls, that is what feeling drawings look like, or mood lines. So practice that for a couple of minutes and see where you get with those. So now, boys and girls, now that you've had a taste of drawing mood lines or feeling drawings, we're going to actually practice our animal-ish art. So the picture I've decided to use is this cute little chipmunk guy. He's going to be my first drawing. I like the circles on him, his little fingers, his acorn, and I'm going to use that as my go-to. You're also going to need a timer. I'm going to set it at 1 minute so that I can stop and reevaluate what I want to do again. So keep in mind, boys and girls, you are not going to take your hand off that drawing at all for 1 minute. Okay, so here's what it looks like. I've got my drawing ready, I've got my timer ready, and let me just get set up here really quick. So here it is, and I'm going to put it to the side, and once it's done, I'm going to stop my drawing. So here we go. Notice how I'm not at all taking my hand off my page. But I'm going to draw as best as I can. His little nose, his little acorn. I might go back and do his stripes. Go back, curl around, get into his eyes here. Get back, do his nose again. See how much 1 minute of time can afford you. And there's my timer. So there is how I got my chipmunk. So 1 minute, no hand off the paper at all. So you can see this is where I started, but I never once took my hand off my paper. And let's see if it got even close to what I wanted. So here is my chipmunk. And here is my one line ish art. So here I just kind of went back, around, nothing came off the page for 1 minute. Do you think you can do that? Good luck, boys and girls. Now grab your photo of whatever it is you want to draw of your one animal and have fun. So now that you've had practice with your one animal, we're going to try it several more times and see how we do. Now for the second time, I might say, I don't want to do that chipmunk again. I maybe want to do this guy, an orangutan. I'm not quite sure if I can do it, but I'm going to certainly try. So with your 1 minute timer ready to go, let's see if my timer is ready. I'm going to try it one more time, and I'm going to wait and do the best I can in 1 minute, remembering that my finger will never come off that page until my timer stops. So you can usually tell if it has by marks when the marker comes off the page. So here we go, 1 minute. Let's see if I can do it. Quite sure if I'm gonna make it, boys and girls. Here's his feet. Oh boy, gotta backtrack my lines here. Ooh, not quite sure if I'm gonna make it. See, I haven't created his eyes yet. Oh, there we go. Not, better stop this. Here we go. Little different than my first one, for sure. And here's my original. And here is my one line-ish art drawing. So try it again for another minute with a different animal if you like, or the same animal. It doesn't matter. Practice is more fun than just trying to be perfect, right? So the idea is to be perfectly imperfect with your drawing. And the reason why you have 10 sheets is maybe you want to do this several other times with more animals of your choosing. Have fun, boys and girls. So boys and girls, as you can see, I've done um, actually 7. I don't have my orangutan on here, but that's okay. So I just wanted to show you my gallery. We can do a quick gallery walk of all the 6 different ones that I did post. Um, they don't look exactly like how the animals turned out, but you know what? With one single solitary line, just like on the ish lines, this is the animals I was able to create in 1 minute time slots.
So, boys and girls, what did you think of our 1 minute ish art? Being able to just draw freely without worrying about what it looks like within 1 minute, remembering not to take your hand off the page at all. You can't erase, you can't make mistakes. Or if you do feel like you've made a mistake, you have to figure out a way you can work with it. So, here is the 1 minute drawings that I did. It's not in order by any means. Here's my panda, my butterfly, the moose, grasshopper, rhinoceros, and the first one that I did originally was my chipmunk. So now here's the next part of what you want to do. You've been able to do, I did 6. You are more than welcome to do as many as you like. And I'm going to go back and take my one most favorite drawing and go back in and color it with whatever coloring tools you have. So in this case, I have Crayola crayons, and I'm going to color it all in the best way I can. Whatever colors you work best for you. If you want to do it the exact same colors that was originally on the paper, feel free to do that, or you can get creative. So here's my original, and I will show you what it looks like when I'm done.
So boys and girls, here it is. And before I play the video, since this is the last video for the lesson, I just want to encourage you to try your very best. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Some of you might feel frustrated by it. Just remember to have fun and have a wonderful day and enjoy the art piece. There it is, boys and girls, all done. This coloring part, it took me about 5 minutes to do, and I just had a really fun time doing all the other animal pieces. And I encourage you to do as many of these as possible. Have a wonderful day, boys and girls.